So I'll do a little bit more on it. For today, but some of it's got to be done on the inside of the house. I have actually had turtle soup before. Back in the 70s. Back in the 70s, before it was outlawed, I was dating this girl whose father was a big VIP for Coca-Cola. And he took me to a country club. I guess it was his country club, I don't know. And we had turtle soup. And I got to tell you, it was very, very good. It was really good. Alright, so let me cut this piece off back here. You can see there's a piece here. Let me see. I might be able to pull it off. Oh yeah, oh shit, I didn't want to bend it. Alright, come on. At all. Alright. Now what I want to do is I want to burn the paint off the head and the flippers. That way the shell will stand out. So let me do this. I'll burn the head first. Okay. I don't know if you guys can still see this or not. Yeah, anyway, like I said, I've had turtle soup one time. That was back before it was illegal. And man, I gotta tell you, this stuff was really good. It tasted like a combination of things. Like combination of scallops and conch and lobster, but now of course you can't get it. I suppose if you go in the Caribbean somewhere they still have it. Okay, now all I want to do is burn just want to burn the paint off. I know it looks like it didn't do anything, but believe me, it did. The paint will come right off now with a little bit of sandpaper. What I'm doing is I just want to make the head and the fins and the flippers, I want to make them look different. All right. Now the next steps are to take it inside, and I'm going to sand it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 3D pen, and I'm going to, you know, put the details in the shell with the 3D pen. All right, all of this is going to come off. See, it's going to turn to metal, this. And the shell I didn't burn, so not a problem. But anyway, the 3D pen, will put detail in it that stands out. It's 3D. You know, it's not a regular pen. It works with the filament. I'll show you all through the steps of what happens here. Okay, anyway, once I get the detail in on the shell, then I'm going to polyurethane the whole thing. They look pretty good when they're done. This is actually only the second turtle I've already done. But all the other stuff, you know, looks really good when they're finished. All right, I'll tell you what, I can do one more fish, and then I'm going to go in. So, hold on one second. All of my stuff comes from recycled material. You know, I don't buy any metal. All of this comes from, you know, junk that I found. This here is an old filing cabinet. Down below is an old computer. I have about 30 old computers. A buddy of mine owns a computer shop. And, you know, whenever the computers are no good, they throw them out. Well, I asked him to save them for me. And he said, okay. So that's where I get all my old computers from. Here, hold on one second. Whoa. Didn't mean to do that. There you go. These aren't finished either. They need the polyurethane. As you can see, this one says Dell, and so does this one. They both say Dell on them. These are, actually this came from the same computer. and you know, one on each side. But they look pretty cool. Here, this one has the hook ready to hang. That one. I still have to polyurethane them. I was thinking of writing Florida in here with the 3D pen, but that might take away from the Dell. I don't want to take away from the Dell. I want to leave that, you know, the Dell is the the focus point is the Dell. So I don't think I'll write Florida on these. I might on the Turtle. I don't know yet. But one thing for sure, they last forever. You know what I mean? This is really thick. This is thick metal, you know? I mean, this thing's gonna last forever. This one I have to fix the mouth. And on this one I have to put an eye. I'm gonna put an eye with the 3D pen. I could burn it in. That doesn't really matter. Alright. So, I'm gonna do one fish here. Alright. Let me see now. Right. There you go. Now I got to cut out the top, cut out the fins. Ah. Okay. And all this leftover metal, this is all going to get recycled. I've got a washer and dryer that are ready to get cut up. I'll tell you what, I'll make this video part 1, and you know, and then when I get to the next step, I'll make it part 2. And then the final step will be the final step will be the whatchamacallit. I forget what they call it already. going to cut out the fins here. The final step will be the polyurethane. You know, once everything is finished, the polyurethane goes on and it seals everything up. Oh my God, dude. Or, in a second, maybe I'll peek. I'll stay home. Okay. And now, first, right. No, this is other. That is. Or, give me you just make a wood. Put that one. I don't count. Look, you would read every okay, there was a real high pitch whistle in here. I actually didn't hear it when I was cutting this fish, but I heard it on the recording, so I cut the audio out of this part. What I was saying here was that my friends told me to use a whatchamacallit, to use a arc welder. An arc welder is electric, and you can get a real fine detail with an arc welder. The only problem is I don't want a fine detail. I want them to look rustic and all jaggedy and, you know, stuff like that. That's why I'm not using an arc welder. If I wanted to use an arc welder, I might as well carve them out of wood, you know, because that's what an arc welder does. I mean, it's going to make it, all the lines are straight and everything else. I can see that the body of the fish is misshapen, so I'm gonna fix that up in a minute here. But anyway, some other folks suggested that I paint them, and I don't want to paint them because then you might as well make them out of wood. You know, I mean, I want the metal to show. In fact, I have a whole bunch of them that I just hang on the fence and let them get rusty. You know, they turn completely rusty. And then I'll polyurethane over the top of them, and man, they look really cool, you know. But I'm not going to paint them, and I'm not going to cut them with an arc welder. No, that's out. No way. All right, so anyway, here I am cutting away. I'm trying to get some detail in the tail. And the back of the fish, his body looks a little bit too plump. So I'm going to cut some of that out. Here, coming up, I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere in there. There, I'm looking at it now, and I'm thinking, wow, that thing's really misshaped. Yep. Right there and up on the top. It needs to be cut out. Uh-oh. Dum, 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 dum. Hello. No, how much? Oh man, it was $80. She didn't give him the receipt? Oh, you fucker. All right, anyway. There, I'm trying to get it to the right shape. I don't really know if I ever do get the right shape on it. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I get the right shape. Yeah, once I cut that a little bit off the top and a little bit off the bottom there, it looks much better. Okay, so now I have a lot of work to do. I gotta take them in my shop, and I sand them down and do and hold on. Let me get to with this guy here. Hold on. All right, so that's the fish is done. And once I get it all polyurethaned and fixed up and everything else, it'll look really cool. Trust me. Um, okay, that's about it. I got to get going. You might be able to find this someplace else around town, but you ain't going to find it any better than this. See you later. I got to eat. Holy crap, I'm getting fat. Wow. Oh, man.